Hey guys, what's up? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
Welcome to Beyond Science. I got my buddy Dan with me today because we want to discuss something about the Matrix.
I love this stuff.
I love this stuff too.
When the Matrix, first of all, when the movie came out, I mean, I think most people thought the same thing. This was like eye-opening. I mean, very few times a movie comes out where actually people start to wonder, like, whoa, are we in a Matrix? I mean, are we in a Matrix right now?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I thought about this. Tell me this is dumb or not, but
Okay.
this was my idea. I thought that I could be potentially in a computer game right now.
Okay.
In a video game right now.
How old were you?
I was a kid. I was like 10, 11 years old. I thought about this. You know why?
Why?
I thought that in the future, let's say like way down the road in the future.
Yeah.
I was thinking we must have the technology to produce some virtual reality game, which we would then play.
Right.
But I didn't think about like we were like created in the game. I
Right.
thought about like if we would. It's kind of like almost a holodeck situation on
Right.
like Star Trek, where you create the game,
Right.
then you put yourself as the main character
Right.
in the game. But you erase all memory of your existence, real existence, because you want to fully immerse yourself in the game.
Right.
And each game, like each copy of the game you have, is like, okay, Mike Chan's life.
Right.
Okay, Dan Chan's life.
Right.
So and so's life, and that's the title of your game.
Yeah, you thought
and
that?
Play it. I thought that. And you play it, you push start, and you forget real reality, and you immerse in the game until you die.
Okay, then what happens after you die?
You start another game because that's how we entertain ourselves. And then a lifetime has gone by here.
Right.
But
Oh,
maybe only a second or a
Right.
minute has gone by in the real reality. That's what I thought.
Okay.
That might not make sense to a lot of people, but I mean,
No, that makes
it'd
perfect
be kinda
sense.
cool.
That makes perfect sense. I mean, I don't think you're crazy for thinking that. Wait, did you see Tron before you
No,
thought
I didn't
this?
see any of this.
You know the movie Tron.
I only saw Tron with the remake. I never even
So
saw the
you
original
never-
Tron. No,
Okay.
I've never seen it.
So I saw Tron as a
Yeah.
very young kid, and that movie, first of all, that movie blew my mind because that was not like existential blow my
Right.
mind. That was more like, holy cow, wouldn't it be fun if I was in a video game where I didn't die?
Right.
Okay, but you were already kind of past that.
Yeah,
you were like,
because if you're in a video game, like holodeck, again, Star Trek, you know
Right.
you're in a holodeck.
Right.
But what fun is a game? Like, let's say seriously, if you know, like, sometimes you know, like, you're in a game.
well, of course, there's no drama because you're just playing a game.
Yeah.
But if like you said, if you erased your memory, yo, that's crazy. I never thought that far.
Because also I
That's
thought that
crazy.
in the future, that's how we kind of live forever, sort of. We could just
Right.
continue to play lifetimes of games.
Well, that's also kind of like that movie with Tom Cruise, where
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky, even at the
Not
end,
really.
well, even at the end of that movie, the director leaves it up to you to wonder, okay, is he now just living reality inside his brain, suspended?
Yeah.
Or not?
Well, also Total Recall.
Oh, yeah.
Total Recall,
Right.
which really boggled my mind for a long time.
Right. Which is why I love all these scientific movies, right?
So let's get back to this article we were talking about.
When I read this story, I thought this was just what scientists say. You know, I thought it was just kind of building on top of another, level. However, this is information. The information is we could possibly be living right now, us, in a matrix.
Yeah.
Just like Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
This key piece of, I guess, info was presented by Bank of America
To their investors.
to their investors, of all people.
Wow. So maybe they're saying like, yo, if we lose all your money, don't feel too bad because you might wake up after you take a pill. What they're saying is 20 to 50% probability. They're saying many scientists and philosophers and business leaders believe. I don't know why business leaders count in this. I get scientists, I get philosophers.
Maybe like Elon Musk.
I don't understand why Trump will have any stake in this,
Right.
but in business leaders believe there is a 20 to 50% probability that humans are really living in a computer simulated virtual world.
50-50. 50-50. Yo, I thought this was gonna be like a 2%, 1%, 0.1. Yo, this is 50-50. 20 to 50% chance. I'm not saying we are in a matrix. I'm not saying that, but this is so interesting because they're saying, fast forward now, look at the pace in which our technology is developing.
Right.
So this whole conference, I think the investors conference or whatever, was dedicated to the future of virtual reality. So you think about it, that I didn't think about as far as what you thought, but I did have this thought recently with all the augmented reality. I actually have a stat on here saying that a Pokemon Go stat of people using augmented reality, which I think is just a stepping stone into full-blown virtual reality in the future.
If you think about it, Total Recall is accurate.
Right.
To the point where, let's say in the future they can't implement memories in your heads. Where let's say they're like, hey, do you want a whole different life?
Right.
And most people, I would do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, they're like, hey, we're gonna inject memories in your life where you're living the experience. Would you want it? I'd be like, yeah, I want it. But my only problem would be I wouldn't want to wake up. That's the problem, right?
Right.
If you let's say you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? You're like a boring whatever guy, and you get this like crazy spy life, and then all of a sudden, you know, after you kiss the girl on Mars, you wake up, you're like, I can go sell more, whatever he does now.
Right. But then what would be the point of that life? You know, it'd be kind of pointless.
I guess you will have the,
you know,
but I think it would be more of an addiction than anything else.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like if, let's say, augmented reality, virtual reality, whatever, it's to the point where it's so real, why would anyone want to live their ordinary lives anymore?
No, you wouldn't.
Because you would literally be vanilla sky. You're like, okay, my real life, I have issues.
Right.
I'm maybe not as attractive as I want to be. People don't notice me as much as I want them to. I'm not as rich. But here, I'm James Bond.
Right.
Why would I ever want to wake up?
I mean, that's essentially, then you would have a real life Matrix, right? So then let's say, imagine that scene in the Matrix. So everyone thinks that. And now you just have actual humans hooked up to machines, all in another suspended reality.
But let me ask you. Okay, let's say you're living, you're not you, okay? Your life's pretty good. You got a good girlfriend, whatever. Your life's okay.
Right.
All right. Let's say you have a lot of difficulties right now.
Right.
All right. You are in debt. You are sort of living like rent paycheck to paycheck.
Sure, yeah. My life isn't so great.
And I give you an option. Like, hey, Dan, I can hook you up to the Matrix.
Right.
Okay, I created a Matrix. In this world, you can be a movie star. You can be whatever you want. But you have to be hooked up to this thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Well, most people would. I don't think I would. But I'm just saying.
But you're not you right now. You're this other person.
Right.
Who is down on his luck.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Of course. Why wouldn't you? I mean, 9 out of 10. If you went to someone who's down on their luck on the street, 9 of them will be like, yeah. Let me.
So let's say an alien race invaded Earth,
right?
And they're giving people options,
right?
Because let's be honest here. Half the world's population don't live well. At least half, more than half, like don't live very well. War-torn areas, poverty, all sorts of stuff. Aliens come like, hey guys, come into. We're not even gonna capture you.
Right.
Come into the Matrix voluntarily.
Oh, they
get to have. Everyone gets to have their own starring role in whatever life they want. Like that guy, he's like, make me a movie star, someone important, whatever. All right, you get to have all that. In exchange, we use you, we harvest you as energy source, and you're in one of these pots.
Right.
Most people will probably just do it.
They would do it, and they won't even know. I mean, even like a lot of scientists now, you know, they're like, you. First of all, we don't even. How will we ever find out if we're in a virtual reality? We can't. Yeah. It's not like one day the architect, like the guy in the Matrix, is gonna be like, you don't get to meet the architect.
But here's the thing, though. All right. This is why I'm so interested in parallel universes and all this stuff, because there are glitches in the Matrix.
Okay.
Right. Like for example, this is a very popular topic on my channel called the Bernstein Bears theory. Do you know about this?
You
don't know about this. You haven't heard about this yet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a huge topic. Do you know what the Bernstein Bears are?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Yeah. How do you remember it?
Dude, I don't. It was like I was like 5.
Okay, but
back in the 80s, right?
Have you read the books?
I haven't read the books.
Okay, I used to read these books.
Okay.
I used to own these books.
Okay.
So I remember the books. Okay, its title is Bernstein Bears. Okay, B-E-R-E. I forget whatever. It ends with S-T-E-I-N. Bernstein.
Right.
Okay. That's not the title of the book.
What's the title?
The title of the book is Bernstein. S-T-A-I-N.
No. But it's always pronounced. We always said Bernstein Bears.
No, it's not even a pronunciation. I remember it as Bernstein Bears.
Okay.
Not Bernstein Bears.
Okay. So
and I think majority of the people remember it differently. It's called the Manila effect.
Okay.
Because a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison, but somehow he just passed away, like recently.
No, wait, hold on. Nelson Mandela, he came out of prison.
Yeah.
And gave a lecture. I was there.
But a lot of people remember him dying in prison. Like, you remember something so clearly, but that didn't happen.
Okay.
So are we in a parallel universe where these are just glitches in the Matrix? We don't know.
Right.
So if one day we wake up and we're not who we thought we were, and we're in a completely different situation.
Right.
But here's the thing. How many of you would actually want to wake up if the situation you are in right now inside the Matrix is better than what you have in real life?
But how would they know what they have in real life?
I'm saying one day they wake up, let's say. Would they let's say you took which pill was it that he took the red one?
The blue? I don't
remember. Red one, which pill did he take? Whatever pill he took to wake up.
Right.
Like that guy. He woke up that bald dude in the Matrix, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
No, the white guy. He wanted to go back into the Matrix.
Oh, I don't remember.
Whatever, he's like life. He's like, yeah, this Matrix is telling me this steak is tender, whatever his name is, right? So like that guy, would you want to go back in? So those are questions. I don't know, but this article is really interesting. 20 to 50% chance we're in the Matrix right now. Let me know what you guys think. Are we in the Matrix? And if you don't know, there's a Beyond Science 2 channel now where I put a lot of these discussions over there. So if you want to take a look, check it out. And I want to see if you guys enjoy these types of videos where I have guests on, where we talk about really interesting topics. If you do, definitely like this video and let me know in the comments below. And we'll put more of these types of videos on this channel. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye, guys.
See you.